If any of you have been following the Preying on the Elderly story about JV Contracting and Dale Randall, I have some important updated information and legal action news. All right, this is literally like the 5th time I've tried to record this video because I can't keep a straight face and I keep breaking out laughing partway through this. But today I received a cease and desist letter, so shit's getting real. So the first thing you're going to notice is that this came apparently from the law firm of blank, blank, and blank. And I will give him credit. He started off really well. You know, it starts off by saying, Dale Randall is a respected business and brand of the community. Let's just pump the brakes and let that sink in for a second. This letter has been sent to protect its prestigious integrity, as we have been informed that you have been maliciously spreading inaccurate and unfounded information that is damaging to the business's reputation. All right, well, that's a big bunch of nope. So I recommend you pause and read this whole letter because there are so many problems with this cease and desist letter. It starts off in first person talking about the business and the damages and his reputation. But as it goes, you can see somebody was losing their temper while they were writing, and it quickly transitions into first person where he's going, oh, and you did this, and you went to my clients, and I want it to stop, and everything else. And I'm just reading this right now going, oh, dear Lord. But Dale, here's something that you're missing. Here's the one big thing that you are absolutely missing in this whole equation. Number one, I haven't defamed you. At no point did I say that you were a scammer or you were committing fraud. As a matter of fact, I acted as a journalist in this whole thing, and I just put the information out as I was getting it. And I gave you guys every opportunity to respond and defend yourself and give your side of the story. I gave you guys a meeting and 2 phone calls in front of 1.5 million people to plead your case and to explain your estimate. Instead, what you did was what you did. Go listen to the phone call because that's not professional. That doesn't help your case. You guys didn't help yourself. But now here's the bigger problem that you might not have caught with this whole thing. At no point have I actually defamed you, but in this letter, you actually defamed me and you made accusations that are absolutely untrue. So, in this case, I don't have any legally actionable things that I can do because you didn't do anything to me. You didn't try to do any work for me. You didn't make false statements about things that needed to be repaired at my house. I was just an inspector that transitioned into a journalist telling a story, which is protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution and freedom of press and freedom of speech, by the way. All right, so now here's a problem for you. Now that you've made all these accusations in this letter, that's legally actionable. So I hope you sue me. I do. I hope you drag me into court. I hope you go get a lawyer. I hope you guys file your case because then, guess what? I can then countersue and I have legally actionable information now to use to come after your assets. 1.5 million people have seen this story. And do you know how many people have reached out to me and offered to donate to a GoFundMe campaign to help a legal, action against you? Do you know how many lawyers have reached out to me saying, I'll represent you for free? I would love to get into court and be able to take legal action against you for something that you've done to damage me, which is right here in your letter. So this is the worst legal document that I have ever read in my entire life. It's poorly punctuated. It's poorly spelled. You switch between third person and first person. I'm going to give you credit for downloading a neat document on the internet, but I'm also going to not give you credit for not doing your homework and figuring out how the law works, figuring out the difference between libel and slander. They're different. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to say that I don't think there's a court in this land that isn't going to see what you guys did as being questionable. I'm a certified and state licensed inspector. I can testify as an expert witness in court, and when I can say, right here on an estimate, they said she needed this, and this was bad on her house, and they were going to jack up her decks, and I can go, I didn't see any of that. Do you know what that makes it, Dale? That makes it fraud. And in case you didn't know, fraud is a criminal act. That's a crime. That's something you can actually go to jail or prison for. So, let's go to court. Let's see how this goes. And feel free to send me more of these because frankly, I needed the laugh. I really did. So, by the way, please like and stitch this video. I don't want this to lose steam. I want the algorithm to bring this back, and I don't want the spotlight to fade on this. Anyway, stay tuned because we have interviews coming up with people who have documents, have receipts, have canceled checks from people that have done business with JV Contracting and Dale Randall. We've got interviews coming up. I'm digging in on this one. I'm not giving up. This isn't going away. And this doesn't help.